Hello, everyone, all you TBC people, fans, coaches, friends, uh, wannabe ministers, all alike. What's going on? We're here. I'm Tristan, Secretary, Trissy, Lucas Tristan, anything, but I'm not alone today. We have some Mega Gallade power rankings or ratings of teams, stuff like that. Just stuff. And I'm not alone, as I said. We have multiple people. The first one to say something gets to go first. Go ahead.
All right, I'll go first. Hello, what's in here? Uh, I don't know why I'm here. I just thought this would be funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Doesn't even introduce yourself.
I
Fantastic
said
job,
my
Adam.
name. I said my
Fantastic.
name. I said my name.
Uh-huh.
Stop whipping
Immaculate.
it.
All right. So, anyways, stepping away from England's fucking representative, aka not a real place. Shout out to being kicked from Mega Gallade by the same person. I hate Autumn. Smile.
God.
Yeah, I'm
Keep
here,
talking down there
the
in Gallade.
minister. If I don't get the election started by the time this video goes up, I can be shot on site. I think.
You very much underestimate my internet speed then. Oh, I will put that to the test, my man. All right. We're here. Kind of similar program to what I did for routes. I actually did some pre-prep. I actually wrote all the team names down on the notepad. Uh, and then at the bottom I have the list of how like the rankings will go at the end or so. Um, I have some more insight that people will be able to give me and about some teams and whatnot. I think we're going to be set to go in on these teams and absolutely destroy every little thing about these teams. Something to note because I actually did check it when I went to like each of the um, little team pages and stuff like that was that uh, I didn't think about this in the last one, but these are like the drafts after the grace period that TBC does. So you would have like 24 hours to fix your team because you already know that you fucked it up. But yeah, um, so basically that it's not like as the draft ended. I mean, we're in week two. It's Sunday of week two. So like yeah, um, the,
I should say there have been no trades in Meg Gallade that are on the dock after Grace. So
yes,
these
it
are
does
these
not
are all
look like
post
it.
Grace. Yeah,
Yes,
there's been no trades since then.
yeah, it looks decent to say the least. So we'll go with that. So Tails in Autumn, if you are ready, are we ready to jump into this?
Yeah.
Who's first?
Let's do it. So first we have the Pokemilfs by Glop. Uh, like -5 points. His logo doesn't even have any like Pokemon anime milfs in here. Like, come on.
Wait, is the chick not to the right Miltank, but in a dress?
That's
Yeah. Oh.
Superior,
Oh, are they?
Lopunny, and Miltank.
Okay, hold on. Are they?
Yeah, yeah.
Are they supposed to be like Pokemon as?
Yes,
Oh, that's more unsettling. Oh God.
yes.
Is that superior? And oh no.
I
Superior
don't know.
Megalophony, well, shiny
Oh.
Megalophony, and Miltank.
Yeah, that's it.
Let's focus on the team,
So
Tristan,
so
and
many
we'll be here all day.
questions. So many questions. What the fuck? All right. But yeah. Okay. So look at the team: Urshifu, Mega Arrow, Gliscor, Latias, Volcarona, Metagross, Primarina, Among Us, and Lickitung. As like a draft composition, like just a draft person in my like for my personal taste, I like the less is more like kind of thought processes. I like the let's get just like the higher like a higher rated Pokemon in our team rather than let's try to add some some like role filler lesser valued Pokemon out there. So when it comes to the value of these mons, I think each of them has like very distinct value to the team. I don't really like Amoonguss that much as a Pokemon in general, but maybe that's just because I haven't been able to use it well in the past. Lickitung, I like as a 2 point Pokemon. Uh, Not much to say off that one. So, Ed, does anyone have any glaring points to point out for us about this team that you'd like or don't like?
I'm not
Rock
really
resist.
scared to talk on this because I was the one who helped him draft this. And while I think this is a sound team, I know Glop hates it because, and then instantly comes out a list of 50 reasons why he hates his own team. He's still going to do fine with it. He does that. He does that every season. Hates his own team, does fine with it. But no, nothing really stands out. Rock was a bit weak, I guess.
The Terrakion matchup, that's what stands out.
Oh yeah, well, okay. Every team loses Terrakion. So
Yeah, that one.
Where's that Twitter post that was like posted last night or something? It was it like
oh, the one from Ojubina about
yeah,
Terrakion does
Terrakion's
absolutely
over.
nothing.
Yeah, Terrakion's overrated.
I'd like to show him this draft, and I'd like to show him a Terrakion.
All your defoggers lose to Ice Beam, by the way. That's fun.
There's a Volcarona. Hello?
If you make Volcarona defog, there's a problem.
He drafted Volcarona as a defensive pivot.
Oh God.
Oh my.
No,
Okay.
it's actually a fine defensive pivot with boots.
No, it's fine as a defensive pivot, but if you want to put defog, that's just a whole nother mess.
I don't think it's a bad defogger.
I mean,
his ice resists are a bit sus, I guess. Like, you are relying a bit too much on Vulcan Brim.
And Grove.
Actually, hold on. Ice resist. The Cure matchup, though.
The Cure match. Okay.
Kyurem matchup.
Listen, Gen 5 made a lot of Pokemon where you just can't switch it, and we have to acknowledge this.
You need to, yeah.
So TBC season 6, we're just banning 5th gen Pokemon, right? Is that what I'm
Yeah.
hearing? All right.
Yeah, fuck your Hydragons, fuck your Kyurems, fuck your Swords of Justice.
Yep.
Screw it. Serperior can get thrown on the bus. Embor stays though, he's cool.
No. Everyone
Okay.
has to go.
Everyone.
No one is invited.
The holy 2 Mega Aldino stands are gonna cry themselves asleep.
Mega Audino could say though.
I'd say this is like a well-rounded team, regardless. It has a couple of flaws, but it's nothing stands out as a huge issue.
Needs 15 more pivot mons.
15. So for me, it's like when I look at it, I'm more of an offensive player and all that stuff. I see an Urshifu, which like Urshifu was kind of coming out when I was leaving the scene, but I was like seeing a lot of people love Urshifu, and a lot of people think that it's a really strong mon. I don't know how I feel about it being a number 1 pick, especially with all the shit that TBC was allowing to be in the season. But if I'm not gonna make too much of a judgment on that. Mega Arrow, I think, is a very underrated Mega Pokemon in general, but maybe it's just because people can't use it. So I'm hoping Glop definitely does. Gliscor, Latias, Volcarona, Metagross, Primarina. I think those are rather fine mons. Nothing really to go about it. So nothing too bad. So how are we going to do the rankings on this? Is everyone going to give a 1 to 10 rating and then we average it out, or we didn't think
I
this
don't
one
mind.
through?
I don't mind.
You know what? Fine, I don't care. Also, one quick tip: this team hates knockoff.
I was thinking that at first as well, but all it means is Gliscor has to proc its Toxical Valley. That's all it comes down to.
Okay.
Which it's not the worst. Like, there are definitely teams that hate knockoff more.
That reminds me, like, way early in draft league history, there was like a GBA season where whoever had Gliscor, like the first 4 weeks, never got Toxic Orb off because it kept
I
getting
remember
knocked
that
off.
season.
I don't even remember who had Gliscor, but it's like they kept
I know what you're talking.
they kept on switching it in on the fucking knockoff, and they kept on getting it. It didn't lead to a good time. It just pained me to see it all.
I want to say that's season 3, but I don't remember who had it.
Oh.
No, it might even been season 2. Either way.
Outstanding player. Standing motivation. You know, he inspires the current generation.
All right. So, I'll pull up a calculator on my phone, but we'll
Tristan, I'll do
go.
the mental math. Tristan, I'll do the mental math. It's fine.
I mean, it won't matter either way. So 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. You feel free to use decimals if you really want. Make the mental math harder.
As a person, 0 out of 10, Glop uses handheld every fucking 2 seconds.
Oof.
Even though I'm pretty sure half the time we all come to help him, love him bits and pieces. I mean, as a team, I give this like 7 or 8, probably. Yeah, no, 7.8. Fuck it, we're Nintendoing this shit.
All right.
Too much rain.
I'm gonna say an 8. Like, it's a well-rounded team. It has a few issues, but there are just some teams in this division that should never exist. So, like, if he had this team in another league, I feel like it would be better. But given the unbans and everything else, I'm gonna say eight. It's good, but there's better teams.
So I'm the lowest on this then, I guess, out of us three, because I gave this just a simple 7.5. I think it's a decent team. Nothing too like glaring in terms of either like like being an overpowered team or necessarily an underpowered team or so. I did 7.5. I did the math. I'm gonna round up. It's a 7.8 overall. So
Yeah, it's what 7.76. I want to say.
7.76666666.
Well,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yep. Yep. It's the works.
Yeah, it's
All right.
7.8.
So next we got Pyronox. We have his team, the Melbourne Cast Forms, which shout out to a cast form being a mascot. Never really see that shit, but I like it. Um, oh, there we go. That looks a little bit better now. I could actually see the team names. All right, so Zamazenta, crowned with the Victini, Crocodile, Tapu Bulu, Nihiligu, Poltergeist, uh, Tornadus High, Alamomola, Vivillon, Vigoroth, Fortress, Mega Ampharos. For me personally, I like the first five mons, and I like the last two mons. Everything in the middle, I don't really care for. You could argue I don't even like the fortress in general, but it's like of a team of 12, it feels like four to six of these mons don't belong in general to me. I don't know if anyone else gets that vibe, but that's why I'm just feeling with it.
Well, let's see. Okay, I don't think there's any world where Bulu's ever gonna get taken if you're not that one guy. So you could have just thrown this thing last pick, last round. I really don't think it needed to be round four. This man drafted two 1 point mons and not even the final two rounds.
I know, yeah.
Very, very impressive.
That makes
Um,
sense points wise though. No one could actually snipe him on the other two. I'm looking at the draft now. Everything else was either FA'd or they couldn't snipe him. So that makes sense.
Victini plus Zama Crown is really fun. Played with that before, loved it. Even though my
Oh,
record was like 3-4.
I should say I've done some theorying about this, and Zama Victini Crocodile unironically might be the best pairing you can get around Zamazenta. Like that's just a ridiculous score. You have phenomenal knock support. You have a great pivot. That's basically all Zamazenta needs to get going. And I despise Zamazenta, but I think I really, as much as the rest of the team is kind of mid, I can't really slate that top five. That top five is good Zamazenta support.
Yeah, that's what I really liked about this team. I'm like, I think it's very good. I think that it doesn't like completely revolve about around Zamazenta. Like out of those five, it's of the first five, they're it's like, oh, well, you have five fucking problems to worry about necessarily, and that's something I really like about this team. Poltergeist, I am kind of on the low side of it. Tornadus I think is a good support mon. It has a nice speed tier to go with other things amongst like some speed tier issues that this team might have had. But Zamazenta is pretty damn fast, and Tornadus I could have tailwind and stuff like that. Uh, I'm a fan of Mega Ampharos, but I don't like. Does it fail on this team? I don't know, but I mean, it's just there to be Fabio and just look beautiful while it's there. And you know what? Maybe that's what this team needs.
Wait, I don't want to factor the player into this draft because I know Pyronox is far and away. I'd say if I was to put money on anyone winning this division, it's Pyronox, no questions asked. But this team, in and of itself, is not a great team. Like it falls off massively off the top five.
Yeah,
He'll probably go 7-1 with it. Like he just will because he's just better than everyone else, and that top five is not fun to prep for.
I can't wait to see Poltergeist sweep somebody.
I'll be fine. I have Mega Rodino. If he sweeps me with the Poltergeist, I'll retire.
You know what? Somebody write this down.
I don't face him.
we
That's the
have
joke.
it. We have it on recording. It's fine.
Hey,
I
no, the
don't face
playoffs are always a thing.
him.
All right. So, like, I understand that like the team falls off after the first five. At my argument is like, what are you gonna do about those first five though? It's just kind of But
It's
God,
bring the first five and then a supporting one every week, but that's not a bad idea.
it,
Well,
it's not a bad
not even
idea.
the first five, four of them, and then two supporting ones, and
Yeah.
that should work. Like Alma Mola is a decent sponge. You don't really want to be taunting the Alma Mola because if he makes an aggressive double, you're in trouble. Because Bulu, Victini, Zamazenta all hit ridiculously hard. Well, okay, not Zama. Zama hits like a wet noodle until you set a howl up, but it's able to set up a howl freely. So,
It's fine. Where Zombo falls, Mega Ampharos will pick up.
big Fabio. Big
Bro, that
Fabio.
thing's the goat.
Well, until it comes across a ground type, then it
Hey,
starts
hey,
grinding.
that's what the train's for. That's what the train's for. Fuck the Zombo support. It was all for the end.
I don't understand the Fortress split. Surely there were better spikers than Fortress.
All right,
That's the
so
only thing I don't understand. But
I
overall, meh.
let's
Adam,
get
it was
some
better
point
removal.
scores on this one. What do we think about the points on here?
Uh, give
Six.
me. I was gonna say 6.5.
Six,
Six,
6.5.
6 those first five mods and like Mega Ampharos and Tornadus Eye, Alamamola to a lesser like they're there. They like I like this team a little bit more than I think that I probably should. Then, but like maybe I'm just being generous. When it comes to this, and like compared to like what team I'd rather use between this one and like Lobs, I'd rather use this one. But I don't think I could ignore that there's like I don't really vibe with like the drop off that happens. I think that's the big thing. So when it happens, I'm oh no, I'm gonna rate it a 7. And so what?
Oh, 6.5 average, right?
Oh God, I messed this up terribly. Oh no,
6 plus 6.5 plus 7 divided by 3.
it's a
That's
6.5. Yeah.
6.5.
Well, yeah, I timed it by 6.5. That's where the issue was. But yeah, so it shall be there. All right, next up we have who is
Oh,
it?
God, this team.
Shadow. We have
Give it a 10. Give it a 10. Nothing else. Just stop. Give it a 10.
we have to and not and we have to do
Nah,
an
nah, nah.
analysis.
Nah, it's over. It's
As a
over.
punk like a mobile.
All right, let's look at this. Dragapult should be number one all the time. We don't care about Twitter replies.
We
Uh,
don't care about
Mega Mawile, Slowbro, Ferrothorn, Gyarados, Rhyperior, Talonflame, Gardevoir, Skuntank. Alright, so, I mean, I would never expect to see a Mega Mawile drop this far, even with all the stuff that, like, that has been allowed by this league. So, like, what the fuck is Mega Gallade on to...
You'll see when we get to a handful of teams later down the line.
I bet, that's fine.
Smile.
All right, so let's see. Dragapult, Mega Mawile, very very nice. Slowbro, the we have the walls, we have the mix of speeds, we have the attacks. Oh my lord. Uh, da, 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 da. uh
Telephone.
what is everyone's thoughts? Like,
Um,
I was here like tens and stuff like that and whatnot, but I mean like that. It, talk about the team, man.
okay. Well,
Well,
Tails, you go first, actually.
okay. So first of all, I'm not gonna take week one in the bias because I know I watched this game. But listen. First of all, it was a fucking show. First of all, shout out the now dead. What was his name? The guy who was it? The guy who Devin replaced
Storm Zone.
Storm Zone. Shout out to him who got skipped like twice. Like I understand that's not your thing, but holy
He
shit.
wasn't even skipped. He just took Latios over Mega Mobile. Raw.
Yeah, that was
That
fire.
was funny.
That was top 10 moves I've ever seen. Um, Everyone knows from when we did the Gallade PRs how much I don't like Ferrothorn. Sorry, Mia, I still think that's a shitmon. Don't not worth the money. It's good here. I can't lie to you there. There's not a bad mon in sight. Everything on this team can do something. Be brought. Doesn't fucking matter if your name's Skunk Tank, Guard, right here, solid shit. Your pivots are in Pult U-turn, Slowbro TP, Zapdos U-turn, Talonflame U-turn. You got good speed until you go near the between 125 T flames, I think, yeah, and
126.
the one,
126, is it not?
yeah, and then you have fucking you go straight down to Zapdos. So you might have issue with the common 110s. just running around with scarves. But I mean, you always have strong priority in Mega Moth Sucker. Your setters are what? Pharaoh, Maw's not setting up rocks unless you're a fucking demon. Rapier, I mean, Pharaoh, Rapier usually get him up anytime, doesn't really care. Your removal's what? T-Flame, Skunk, that's it?
Does Gallade not learn defog?
No, Gallade does not get removal.
Yeah.
So
So really, you're just banking on those two, which, like, that's kind of suspicious, I can't lie. I mean, T Flame can defog fine. It's more or less if T Flame isn't ready for the game or not wanted for the matchup, and you have to bring Skunk to defog. That's kind of really. I mean, Skunk's not a bad amount to defog overall because like Skunk's a good mon. It's one of those like 5 pointers you usually see get drafted alongside other things. But it's like you could have had a better removal before these two were put in. I don't think you lose to anything outright. Maybe Shadow Ball spammers if Skunk's weakened. So like Gengar or Spec. But still a good team overall. Really like it.
Can I chime in now?
Yeah, fuck you.
you didn't say
First,
please.
sorry, Tail Summer, please can I chime in?
Ah, okay. You know what? Where's the door? I'm out of here.
Um, but no, seriously, he gets Mega Wild Slowbro, which is arguably a top two Mega Wild pairing. The only pairing I'd say might even be better is Victini, and that's questionable. And then you have a Dragapult in there, so no matter how you look at this, that top three is ridiculous. Like Tail said, Ferrothorn is a garbage mon, but it fits well here. And the default gets an issue, but at the same time, Ferrothorn's always going to get up hazards. It's always going to get up rocks or at least one or two spikes. So I feel like he can force his opponents to defog. It's not the worst. And if I had to find my biggest fault with this team, it is the speed tiers. And it's offense and well, no, it's like balance slash BO kind of thing. And I feel like having that gap that allows things like Adam Weavile, Modest Greninja, heck, like even Modest Raikou, like just the 115 to 125 gap, or being able to run Adamant and Modest, is never something you want. Even with that slow rough Ferrothorn defensive core, it's not great. That is my big flaw with this team. But other than that, like I said, this is probably the best team on the board. It sets the bar quite high either way.
Best team on
I
the
don't,
board, you said.
there's a couple of competitors. Don't get me wrong, but this is ridiculous.
Uh, so like personally, when I see it, it's like, uh, I mean, Dragapult, Mawile, Slowbro, like you said, very good. I like to see them all together. Ferrothorn, impartial too. Gyarados, I don't really know much. I just know that it's supposed to hit things kind of hard and break walls, maybe. And then as I see Rhyperior, Talonflame, Skuntank, Gardevoir, maybe like I don't know. It's like I'm concerned. It's like we're talking about speed tiers and stuff like that. I'm concerned when anything is like, oh, I have to rely on Talonflame. It's like, what are you gonna like do? Like you have to either run heavy duty boots or you have to just like try to keep it alive or keep your hazards off the field because you don't even have rapid spin on this team. You can't keep your hazards up while keeping your hazards off your own team. So I don't really know how I feel about this. I feel a little bit less towards this team than apparently you do if you say this is one of the best on the board. Um, but yeah, so when it comes to it, I think that I could. I think the glaring thing is that I could do a lot better between 100 and 125 for the speed tiers. Um, uh, is Gardevoir even necessary here when we have Mega Mawile and Slowbro and stuff like that? I'm not even sure. That's
It's an out of place pick. I'll give you that. He could have picked up a spinner with that budget, but on the note of spinners, Slowbro is basically boots every week, and Pult is it doesn't want to run boots, but it can run boots quite often. Like
yeah,
I feel like boot existing make hazards much less of a problem for this team. But yeah, no, that's fair. Mega Mawile does not appreciate spikes.
yeah. So with that being said, let's throw some scores down on this. I'm a little bit less on this one. I'm gonna give this around a 6.8.
Well,
I'm
this is where I come in and give it a 9
You're giving it
because
a 9. Damn.
I think this is not even like this is way better than either teams we've seen so far.
This is at least 8.5. Yeah, let's seem
Yeah,
solid.
no. So wait, what did Tristan say?
I said 6.5.
6.5. Oh
Yeah, I do
my.
not like this team for
Well, that averages out to an 8, I think. 8.5
I
to
think
8.5 is
there's
9, yeah.
like a very like the best parts of this team are very good, but the worst parts of this team are very bad. So that is kind
That's
of
that's fair.
that's kind of like I can't give it like super high, but with the scores everyone else gives, it gives it 8.1. Next, we're going to Snow Point City Ninetales.
You've
Who?
skipped Devon.
Oh, did
You
I?
skipped
Oh
them.
no,
Banjuice to
I
Devon.
completely didn't just put the team on. Then
Yeah,
whoopsie.
Banjuice to Devon.
Tristan is against Smogoons. Let it be known.
Band Deucer. That
Banjuice to Devon.
yeah. What the?
He's banned from Smogon. That's the joke.
I think I saw that. It's fine though. All right. So we got Lando,
This is the
I,
difference.
Mega, Guard, Weavile, Spectre, Haxorus, Chansey, Manaphy, Rosary, Magnezone. Uh,
Just a quick note: this is not at all what was drafted. The original draft literally had Lando, Weavile, and Manaphy. Everything else is from free agency. I
what
should
the
make that
fuck
clear.
happened then?
So I'll tell you what was on this team before. There was a Latios,
I'm
and
looking
there
at
was
it
a Zardes
now. I
Blueprint.
pulled it up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's still worth doing PRs on this because the other one was like half Storm Zone's team, half his team.
mhm.
But just if anyone does care, Latios, Meloetta, Zardex, Porygon Z, Delmise, Machamp, Quickland were on this team.
Yeah, everyone could see it on mine right now.
Oh right, okay, perfect.
But we are going with whatever the team that is on the board that we see uh, will go off of, I guess. Um, I personally I like the Lando, I like Mega Guard, I like Weavile. I don't I like I think there's better options than Spectrier out there. Uh, I don't really care for Chansey that much. Manaphy is pretty cool. I like Roserade. I like Magnezone. Magnezone might be a little bit weirder here. There might be I don't know. Like what's some thoughts here so I don't just ramble on.
Um, biggest Spectre stan here. I honestly not huge on Spectre here. I would have. There's no fighting type. That's a big thing. There's not even like a bloody Primeape. You could have put a Primeape on here as a fighting. Just any kind of fighting would have been appreciated because now it's relying way too much on guard and I guess by extension also Lando because it's just breaker to kill dark types. A fighting would have just been nice pressure. And his only steal as a Magnezone is all it's a bit weird. I
Uh,
honestly don't understand the point of the chance pick after the first five. Like you have great offense that relies on momentum, which only one of your mons in the top five gives, and then you draft. I want to say momentum stat, but it does get teleport. But at the same time, it's just taunt bait. So haha, he gets taunted. Oh, I'm doing 10% to you with an ice beam. Like, I don't know. I'm not huge on Chansey. And
uh,
Manaphy and Rose Red are just fine. But
Shout out to like
no.
the average speed of this team. It's probably like what 89 or something. I'm looking at 101, 100, 125, 130, 97 with the hacks. Manaphy's 100, Rosary's 95. Like this team is you're gonna get trick roomed on at some point.
We are.
Like I don't know who's got the best trick room team in this division, but somebody's doing it to him.
I
Um,
hope it's the person with like the worst trick room team.
I mean,
It,
he literally loses to something dumb like Trick Room, like Nidoking or Nidoqueen,
No, what do you
which
mean?
is
Free
absurd.
trick room Glastrier. That thing's gonna go ham on this team.
Well, yeah, sure. Like he does struggle a lot with Trick Room. If anyone wants to bring that,
Mm-hmm.
it's
Uh,
weird. His speed tears aren't even. They're not bad. It's again. It's that jump from 101 to 125. But at least he has the Weavile, so he's not scared of the Weavile.
huh.
uh,
Well,
what
Defensively, what is the Dark Resist? Is the Dark Resist genuinely just Weavile?
Of course it is.
His Lando Ice Tubbs Volt Switch spam. That's fun.
It's a
No,
suspect team. It's
his I don't know.
let's be
I,
honest. Devin wanted Lando T on here. If he
it,
was drafting this will be Lando T, not Lando I.
yeah, that's the important part. He just took whatever Lando he could get.
He took the Lando that he could and he ran with it.
The important thing for him to do now is to find some way to trade to get Lando T and Lando I on the same team, even if the rules don't allow it.
Who even has a Lando T? Oh, it's
I,
Shy
That
Guy.
guy, it's not happening.
yeah.
It's not happening.
No.
We'll get to those teams later. Um, yeah. So what for me this team, uh, offensively this team is pretty fire. Uh, the speed tiers between 101 and 125 kind of worrisome, but it's not awful. Uh,
I mean,
the,
the
the
thing is,
you have
it's
the pivots
offense
here.
that
Like there's the pivots. You have like you have some hazards set up. Where's the removal? Wait, is
It's the Lando.
it's the Lando? Lando's the removal. That oh no,
Yeah, this is a 5.5 out of team.
5.5.
it's like my thing is, it's a similar thing to what's his name's team?
Shadow,
Shadow,
Pyronaut,
Shadow's
Hawk.
team. It's
Like we've only done
it's
three
similar to
other
Shadows in
teams.
the sense that it's offense, and I don't think bad speed is an issue if you have the defensive core to back it up. But as far as I know, the Chauncey Manaphy Mega God of War defensive core does not back that up.
Mhm.
You need to have good speed tiers with a team this offensive,
Yeah.
and he just doesn't. He has really bad stuff below Roserade, and he has really bad stuff above Lando. Like that, those two gaps are the big ones.
Yeah. So I think in all like kind of said, this is probably one of like the worst teams that I would say that we've seen so far. Um, when it comes to me, I'm giving this like a six. Maybe
I
like a
agree. I'm also giving this a six.
so six
It's
six 5.5. Do the math.
6, 5.5. What is that? Like 5.83?
So is that 5.9 then technically? If
Wait, yeah,
if we round up to just one,
5.8. No, 5.8 is 5.8.
just 5.8. Okay.
Wait, let me put this in a calculator because that
I
yeah, so
thought
yeah, it's
the
5.83.
mental math.
Yeah, it's 5.83.
All
So
right, so
5.8.
it okay.
Right, roast my team. Let's go.
All right.
All right, first
I'm
of
not
all,
gonna say anything. Roast it.
All right.
shittest player in the entire division.
All right.
First of all,
We move on
let's get her
to
out.
Autumn's team. We have the Snow Point City Ninetales. I don't think there's any Alola Ninetales in Snow Point City.
I don't give a damn. The logo is beautiful.
Automatic oof from me over here. Um, Ashgren, no spikes allowed. You got some Zapdos, you got Necrozma, Nidoking, Mienshao, Klefki, Milotic, Mega Audino, Leafeon, and Turtonator. I love Leafeon as a mon. I think I cheesed somebody with a Leafeon once in OLT. I forget who, but it happened. Um, well, let's see. Ashgren, I think I've seen it once in action or something like that. I think I used it once as well. Zapdos, pretty cool. Necrozma, nice. So I see. This is the thing with like at least this. Could Ashgren use toxic spikes or no?
It doesn't learn it. So the thing
Oh,
with
it doesn't
Ashgren is
learn.
it's locked into it. I'll put this out here for anyone watching it. It's locked into male. It's locked into hidden power dark. Not that matters, and it doesn't get any egg moves because you can't breed it, and it also can't
Oh,
be shiny. That's why, just
oh,
random
that
fun fact, in Gen 7 OU, they only ever ran male non-shiny good ninjas,
L.
so that you could know.
All right. So we have this here. Autumn, tell me at least a little bit about Ashgren then, a little bit more. Like, what's the thought process here? You just
I'll do Ashkan and Zapdos together because
okay.
Zapdos, like half the division was telling me pick up Mega Mawile so we don't get pulp Mega Mawile. But here's the thing, I Zapdos basically beats every Ashkan check I could think of, bar Ordino, Mega Ordino, Licky Licky. Like outside the I guess fat normals in general, which I later picked up Mienshao for. Zapdos beats all of Ashgren's checks. Ashgren beats most of Zapdos' checks. I felt that was just great synergy off the bat, offensively. Necro and the thing with Zapdos, it's also a great defensive pivot. Similar justification with Necrozma. Great defensively, great defensively. Two breakers, funny spikes, more defensive backbone, and then roll filling. Like I play weirdly in the sense that I want a very strong defensive backbone. I will be happy bringing 4 defensive monster matchup and then having like Nidoking Ashgren as my offense. I'm fine playing the long game. So that's how this was drafted.
All right. Well, all right. So personally, when I look at this team, I see a lot of stuff I like here. And you have great pivoting options. You have great hazard options and hazard removal options. Your offensive and your defensive like kind of backbones are like really solidified there. Like you don't even have to use Zapdos or Necrozma as a set defensive uh, way if you really want. Like you could run setup sets with Necrozma and stuff like that. Like you have the versatility there that I kind of appreciate. I like it. And it's like I think this team is like it sets up I think what you're envisioning for success because I mean in the end game is like getting that Ashgren online and all that stuff. So it's like if you're able to get that happening, I think I think this team in general kind of sets it up. I think that you have a lot of very good defensive checks or just defensive backbones. You have a lot of pivoting to get what you want. I just really like it a lot. So I like this team. Kudos to you, Autumn. I think this is like the I think this is like the first team like top to bottom that I very much enjoy looking at. Tails, what say you? Where are you at?
All right, sorry. So, anyways, Tristan, I don't know if we started by pointing out Leafeon. First of all, I was gonna joke saying Leafeon's the best one on this team, but then again, I have cheese motherfuckers with Leafeon.
Oh,
That
I
thing's the
have
goat.
two. There's a replay novelty somewhere. I
Yeah,
won a game with Leafeon. I swear to
yeah.
God.
The first thing I noticed was you're gonna kind of stress Zap and Key on Defog, and I just started playing with Keys this season out of experiment. Loves throwing up spikes since Gren can't do it, and Gren's gonna always appreciate just throwing Hydros with spikes up unless like there's few months they're gonna just walk in and take that. Um, Zap doesn't. It's not bad to defog, but you might be strapped for moves some games, so that's gonna be annoying. I love Necro to pieces. That thing does so much so well. Good rocker, good knocker, D dance, CP, auto beam. Could just exist. Tell Mega Gallade, Mega Medi to screw off. Prism armor is super solid. Got some good recovery. Super solid. Nidoking, Demon. Joked about this earlier. This thing doesn't have switch-ins. It doesn't matter if it's Ubers or fucking standard shit.
You're saying you're joking. It literally does not have a switch in.
Yeah.
We went through a tier list. There's not
Yeah.
a mon that can check it. It needs a combination of like 4.
Mienshao pretty solid for this team. 105, right?
1 of 5, yeah.
Yeah, good knocker, good pivot. Milo's might be the best water for this team outside of like what Pert, but like Yamito.
I also just think Pert's garbage, but that's besides the point.
I don't get how you see that. That's something we're never good. Mega
Here it didn't give me an ice resist more than anything else.
The most suspect thing on this team is definitely Tornado.
Dude, that one is fire.
That thing is gonna fall off to like Carbon Cooking Earth Power.
I
God.
do not get. Can I point out all the flaws I have with this team?
No, you can't.
I'm not
because
going to
your
give a
team is
rank.
perfect.
Yeah, throw yourself under the bus. Do it.
Big thing, yeah. Defog is a big thing. I really strap myself from removal, and that's going to bite me. Like my hazards are fine, but I don't like not having enough removal. The other big thing is my momentum's weird. Like I have Mienshao guaranteed running U-turn every week. If it comes, it's running U-turn. Other than that, I don't want to force Zapdos or Milotic to be running flip turn or U-turn. That's the issue I've found. I don't think it's a huge one because Gren can still pivot as well. It's just me being nitpicky, but I will say I enjoy my team, but I don't know if I agree with Tristan so much. But you guys are the ones ranking this, not me. I'm not saying anything on the ranking.
So I think when it comes to it, if it's how you see it, that is perfectly fine. When I see it, it's like uh, maybe like some of your hazard options could be a little bit more diverse, I guess, because you don't want to necessarily run stealth rocks on Nido King or T spikes on Nido King every single week. Um, Necrozma might be just like, okay, it might just have to bite the bullet if you really want. But in the terms of other places like your hazard removal and stuff like that, um, sometimes the best removal is just relying on your opponents to get rid of the ones that you set up on them because they might not have a rapid spinner and you might just have more threat with. I think that in the end, you have more threat with the hazards that you have than a possible like what opposing hazards could do to you in the end of the game. But um, yeah, I think
Listen,
this team is fine.
just one thing quickly, Tristan. I
Yes.
have the best spinner in the world. It's okay. I have Big Turtonator,
Yes, of course, of course. Um,
the best spinner.
I'd rather have him on top.
oof. All right.
Is it
We
time
I'm
to
not
do
ranking
report?
this.
we
You
we
can
have
go ahead.
we have to give a ranking because we're 40 minutes in
Oh,
already.
Jesus Christ! All right. We're gonna have to speed run half these scenes. Okay.
Yeah,
Autumn, you're getting. I'm giving you 7.5.
I'm giving it an 8. Uh,
So 7.75.
well, no. You're getting like an 8.2 now because I can't stand to have two people with the same fucking scores. Uh, so
So 7.85.
hold up. Yeah, round up. You'll be a 7.9.
Nice.
Yeah, and you'll
But
like it. God damn it.
yeah, we need to speed run the rest of these
Yes,
All
we
right.
do.
All
because
right.
I will leave at some point unannounced. Just go on without me.
All right.
Of
We're
course.
speedrunning this right now. Sparkling Sea, Dratini's, TDNT. Don't know him. Don't worry. He's probably
All
still
good.
the goat anyways. Mew,
He,
Megalots, Dragonite,
he's good.
Scizor, Sylveon, Donphan, Drapion, Jellicent, Runamo, Dratini, the mascot. It's over. He's won. Heatmon, Great Mon. What do we got? We have. I'm looking at hazard setters. I see Mew. I see Donphan. I see Drapion. Removers. I see D Knight. I see Mew. I see Sizz. I
Sizzle.
see Donphan and Rotamo. Removal is way better than setters. That's not even down in my mind. Speed tiers. I see Megalop at 135. I see Mew at 100. And yeah, that's basically it. That's really fucking sad.
Yeah, this is.
You have good priority users. You got Scizor BP. You got Megalop Fake Out. You got Dragonite E Speed. You have Ice Shard from Don Fan. You have Pixelate Quick Attack from Sylveon. So you have that at least.
You have Vacuum
Uh,
Wave on Mew.
And Sucker Punch on Mew.
yeah, you have every goddamn priority move under the sun with Mew. Okay,
Well,
you
now
get
the
it.
problem with this team is it's not threatening. There's not a single mon on here that I'm like, oh my god, this is so threatening. Like, quickly look at Glop, Urshifu, Pyronog, Zamazenta Victini, Shadow, Pulp Mega Wild. Like, Devin is top three. Me, like Ashgren and Nido, like nothing just stands out as super threatening. This team
What do you
feels.
mean? Dratini's right
And
there.
Lol.
Don't you know the mascot gets a 25 stat boost in every stat, and then you throw Eviolate and you just can't kill it?
have you seen Dratini's stat line? Regardless,
Yeah,
regardless,
I think it's
regardless.
yeah.
Let's not go down there. It just
Uh,
feels a bit lackluster.
you got two solid pivot, three solid pivot mons, and you have like Mew who can pivot, Sylveon who can pivot with Baton Pass.
I don't
I
think the
think
pivot's an issue. I think there's enough reliable pivots and other ones that can pivot.
I think this
And
seems too Gen 7 heavy.
it's two Gen 7 and it's like it's too low tier. Like the defensive backbone is fine. Like Mew, D Knight, Sizzle, Sylveon, Donphan, Drapion, Jellicent, Rotom. That's a fine defensive backbone. But I've named half his team because that's also his offense. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just like it's a team that has Mew as Mew as the star threat, and then the rest of it just doesn't feel all that threatening.
All right, I'm giving it a 6.3.
I'm giving it 6.
I'm gonna give it a 6. It's a 6 for different reasons. Devon's. It's much more balanced, but much less threatening. Devon's is much more threatening, but nowhere near as balanced. But I say 2 equal. So yeah, 6.
So I think we'll take a 6.1 rating or something. All right,
Yeah.
checkmate. Offshore wigglers.
Oh,
What the fuck is up with this
before
loco?
No. That's the offshore oinkers.
offshore oinkers. Yeah.
Eh,
You're mixing teams here.
Can I quickly explain this one? So, Ben was pinged at literally 12 in the morning, and he said he didn't want to pick, but he didn't want to stall the draft. So he decided to get skipped. So he made up his picks in round 2. That's why it looks like he has a round 1 G King. He made that pick up after Slick picked Clefable.
God.
So keep that in mind.
All right, all right, speed run it. Who's up?
G King,
Alex-
AG, Mandy, Mentz, True Rapid, Superior, Cole, Mega Alt, Piloswine, Vikavolt, Munchlax. I'd like to point out there was a Mega Mawile on the board, and he took Aegislash. That is all I have to say. Thank you and good night.
Legendary technique. Speed tiers. What are we talking about? I'm looking at 100 with Ment. I'm looking at 113 with Serp. Everything else is literally unviable. You are focusing on Vikavolt getting webs to get anything done. Your pivots are Mandy and your Shifu, and that's it. That's really sad. You or abysmally.
Vikavolt is a pivot. Thank you very much.
Vikavolt is true. You hate knockoff considering most fighting types do get poison coverage, so Mega Ult is not just going to switch in for free. Unless you do pre-Mega and just never Mega, which in that case, that's just hitting a power move. Your setters for hazards are what? The Cole, the Pylo, and Vika. Honestly, good
Possibly
low
the
tier.
worst hazard game I've seen. Oh my god.
I guess good low tier. I don't think Colossal gets him up. Pylo Slime will always get him up. That's not even a doubt. Vika might be strapped for moves. Depends.
Tails, when is he bringing Colossal? That's the thing.
Every week. You know what? He's checkmate. He understands the meta. It's why he didn't take Megamon. Trust.
Trust in the process.
Yeah, Defoggers, Mandy, Mence, Serp, that's shit. Mega Altar. I mean, like.
Colossal is spin. Does Vikavolt get defog? I don't think it does.
No,
it doesn't. He did. He's pulled a me. He drafted triple flying. It's a very legendary technique. I don't even think it's gonna work here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Considering what's your rock resist? AG? I mean, AG is good, but you're getting EQ'd. And your Shifu Rapid isn't exactly wanting to just come in on any move. But I guess you can do it.
Can I just say one thing? Like, we're pointing out all these flaws. His offense is still really threatening. Like, AG meant Urshu Rapid. It's still threatening. And G-King. Like, in that top 5, minus the Mandibus, that's all very threatening offensively. I don't like the team, but kudos to its positives. It's threatening.
Sadly, he does not get the KHD boost with Piloswine, since King Hot Dog is not in this league because he's garbage. I kind of don't like the fact that his knock users are one of them's really solid because it's Mandy, and then the other one's Serp, which is kind of eh. Oh no, Pylo's here.
No, it's fine. His knock's fine. He's
I
gonna
give it a
stamp on
6.
someone with Munchlax. Let's just agree on this now. He's stamping on somebody with Munchlax.
Belly Drum turn 1, get a kill. Pull up with what's it called? Cuss Stab Gluttony, get a kill.
I give it a 6.
I'm giving it a 6.
I'm gonna give it a 5. Honestly, this is definitely the worst team we've seen so far.
Yeah, and we're not even at the halfway point.
I'm still getting 6-0 by this week. I'm letting you know. I'm still getting 6-0 by it.
Legendary technique. Well, I'm ordering Dairy Queen and Tristan's doing numbers. Slick Panther down by Wigglers. Yep. First of all, I'm sad he could have had KB Selly Clef, but he took Gren instead of Selly, which
he also could have more over Clef.
He could have had a couple options, but he decided to be a pink fat blob.
You know what's funny, by the way? You know what's funny? He had KB Clef season 1. He went 3-7. I'm just saying. And he's running it back.
First thing, this team is rock resist. It's Toad. Everything else hates it. I mean, I guess Tangler's a rock resist. Depending if it's like physical or not. But if it's like Mega DNC, you're just going home.
Like Mega DNC and Mega Go, just eat this team alive. It's not even funny. Adrian Uni probably checks.
What's your removal? Skarm? It's just Skarm.
Oh my god, is that his
only removal? Shit, Slick, you idiot. I drafted better removal. And I did KB last season.
I will say, his philosophy, like, when he was drafting, was set up as many hazards as humanly possible so that they have to defog. I don't agree with it, but that's how we drafted.
Okay,
So it
okay,
makes sense that he
that's a
doesn't
cool
have defog.
philosophy until they pull up with a rapid spinner.
It's and also that it doesn't matter how many spikes or rocks you get up. Rocks are more detrimental for your Q and black than any hazards are for them. Because this is no boots, no DD Q and black. So it is allowed scale shot. But after rocks and a scale shot, it's down to any physical priority.
Mock punch for the win.
Mark punch for the win, bullet punch for the win.
Setters, Clef, Gren, Skarm, Toad, Lycanroc. You know what? So one of them is getting him up. That's not even a doubt in my mind. Removers, Lol, Skarm. Knockmons. I see Toad and Reuni. Oh yeah, Clef. I forget. Clef
Tangela and Reuniclus, yeah.
Okay, actually, Rooney, you know, Rooney's an underestimated knock user, I think, but that's my opinion on that.
These are your PRs, by the way. Just saying. You can take over whenever we get out of hand. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I'm having fun with this.
Mega King, I think his philosophy was, I just want to draft Mega King, so I don't think there was any synergy. Like, he just threw it on the fucking team.
To be fair, Class Mega Kang Reuniclus is not a bad defensive backbone. Oh,
No,
Stormy too.
Yeah. Your Water Breakers, Kieran Black, Substrike is never showing up. To be honest here.
Yeah, no. He's relying way too much on Kieran Black to break what steps.
Your Steel Breaker is
Black and Rock.
Yeah, you know what it's at. So if Mega Aggron ever shows, I mean, I guess you know what, Kieran Black has terrible.
Kieran Black has terrible Earth power. Like no,
So,
I don't think.
All right.
I don't think any Steel types are an issue because he beats them either because of the dual typing, or because Kieran Black / Clef / Gren just bust through him with raw power. Steels aren't an issue.
Okay, so with all the positives and all the negatives that are said, we forget about the most crucial commissioner buff, so his team gets a 10. We're moving on.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to the Boulder Dragapults.
No. Go back. In all seriousness, I'd give this a 6.5.
I'm giving it a 7. End of discussion.
Yeah, so it
Tristan?
rounds up to a 10. That is what I'm hearing.
Up to a 10. Okay.
Tristan passed math, I swear.
Boulder Dragapults.
Tenkai.
Tenkai.
He is the Shaman Sky.
Are you going to go all what's his name? Auction Man on this and like speed on this team?
Yeah, Shaman Sky, Mega Scissor, Pangoro, Silver Valley, Swampert, Raikou, Alone Ninetales, Alone Sandshell, Regology, Arcanine, Wigglytuff, Dusknoir. Fuck Regology, that thing made me stutter. Alright, so what am I looking at? Number 1, what the fuck is this team?
I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here. Pangoro, what? Like, what's going on here? My head's hurting looking at this team.
I'm so confused.
Let's start with the net positives. Skyrim, Mega Sizzle, Hailcore plus Pangoro plus like it's a lot of good offensive ones. Like
okay, now let's go to the negative. Round 3 Pangoro.
No, that was Mamoswine that got a fade out Pangoro.
Okay.
Oh god.
Round 2 Mamoswine is not much better, but it's still...
Okay.
What I don't understand, he passed on Heatran. Heatran with that top 2.
He didn't want the trend rights. That's what he wanted. Where is the fucking rocker on this team? It's Pert. That's it. And I guess Sandshine, because I think it's Spikes.
Wigglytuff.
Wigglytuff. You know what?
Big Yumta.
Appreciation post for Wigglytuff users. Shout out the Wigglytuff Battle Guild. Hopeless. I hope that thing hasn't burned to the ground. I don't know what's going on with that league.
It's doing pretty well, actually, from last I heard.
Yeah, you know what? Good for him. He deserves it. Speed tiers. I'm looking at a Lola Tails, Hail into Sandslash. I'm looking at a Raikou. I'm looking at Shaman Sky. Shaman Sky, Seed Flare, not allowed, by the way. Everything else is allowed on the sun for that thing, but not Seed Flare. I feel like Savali was drafted too early.
I agree.
Yes. When it comes to it, Shaman Sky, Mega Scizor is like very scary, and then just like this team fucking jumps off a cliff. Like what the fuck happened?
I think
it's not even that it's not scary. It's just none of it synergizes. It's just a lot of threats piled together.
Like
a lot of big threats.
For example, there's Arcanine on this team. Arcanine's a good fire type. I don't think it's a good fire type in this generation. But you know, I guess it does. Like it gets shit done. You have some good pivots, I guess. Mega Sizz, Savali, Pert, Raikou. Okay, actually, I take that fucking back. Arcanine good pivots.
He has the team on paper has very few flaws outside the lack of rockers. It's the fact that none of them want to synergize together. Like it's
Yeah,
just it's that kind of draft that you shove onto draftleague.nl and you get a 9 out of 10 on their draft rating system because it checks every box. It just it's not a good team. None of these ones work well together outside the Hell Core.
Yeah.
yeah.
I guess Mega Sizzle Skyman you can make an argument for, but would have been better Mega Mobile Skyman. Just saying. Or would have been even better round two round two Skyman. Because who's taking a 16.1? Oh wait, never mind. Saga did that.
Yeah, this guy did that. Literally, this exact situation happened where Kyle took Mega, not Mega, Shaman Sky round one into a Mega. So
He,
this
he got Mega late though, so that's different, and that's pick 15.
okay, Gallade was juiced, fam. Those teams were smoking. Yeah, no,
I don't
I'm
want to hate too much because I have lost this, but at the same time, this is far and away the worst team we've seen. Like not even
I'm
close.
giving it a 6 just because of like the lack of synergy I'm looking at.
I'm giving it a 4.
I was giving it a
Like
5. So
five it is.
All right, average 5. All right, we
Like
got
average
the
5.
thing is, this is
Beston.
better than anything we've. This is better than not anything, but it's better than some of the drafts we've seen in Gallade, like some of the ones we've seen in Rolls. This is
Yeah, duh.
yeah, like this is not as bad as I'm making it seem. It's just the worst we've seen so far.
All right. So moving on, Boston
Oh god, this
Reptiles,
is
Grandel. He promoted from Gallade. We got Mega Gallade, Tapu Fini, Celesteela, Hippo, Aldown, Thunderous Therian, Incineroar, Sakataga, Dredagon, Crobat, Shininja. That thing. Somebody's gonna prep for that thing and still lose to it. I swear to God.
man.
Like I'm looking, although all the 1, 2, and 3 pointers, somebody's gonna lose to it this season. I'm just waiting for it to occur. I'm looking at
Look at
setters.
that top three. Look at that top three.
That top three is hot.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, mm.
Uh,
It's so good.
Rockers. What do we have? Hippo, Stacka, Dredagon. Dredagon and
It's
Hippo
okay.
usually get them up. Doesn't really matter. Removers, Feeny,
Fundy,
Thundy, Crobat.
Crobat.
Feeny and Crobat
Yeah,
can usually get that job done. Doesn't have
yeah.
to
Like
stress.
it's not great removal. And it's not. It's gonna get the job done. That's what
Yeah.
matters.
Nox is Thunderous Therian, Cineroar, Gallade.
Doesn't
Get
Finny loot
You
requirement?
also got Finny.
oh yeah,
Finny gets it.
Feeny's Nox is actually really underappreciated. That's true.
Yeah, don't
Um,
appreciate that you forgot it existed.
bro, listen, I haven't drafted top for Feeny in 15 million fucking years, but I lose to it every like second Tuesday. Um, I
Um,
don't get anything immediately off the like. This is pretty solid. I mean, I guess your fighting resist is always gonna have to be Feeny. Your steel type doesn't resist fighting, and Mega
it
Gallade is
doesn't.
not coming in.
I mean, he has Crobat,
Oh yeah,
like,
Crobat.
He has a
but it's not a.
Shedinja. Come on.
It's
Okay,
a
that thing's
fighting
getting
resist, but
knocked.
it doesn't beat any fighting types because they all have Stone Edge or Triple
Yeah,
Axle or Zen Headbutt.
or
That's the
knockoff,
thing.
or
Yeah,
fuck it. Just quick hail. Tell
yeah.
him to
No,
fuck off.
he doesn't appreciate knockoff on that note. He really
Yeah,
doesn't appreciate it.
you got two mons that hate losing their boots. You got a Celesteela that hates losing lefties. You got Tapu Fini who hates losing whatever fucking item it's running.
Lade does not switch into stab knockoffs all that well.
Yeah, like
It
I
puts
think
it in foul play range most of the time.
your best one to take it is probably Hippo, but Hippo still doesn't appreciate it.
Hippo wants its leftovers for rolls.
Oh, I guess Dredagon, because at least you can
Well,
retaliate with Ruskin.
that means you've got to bin Dragon.
Dredagon's okay.
It's
I
okay,
like
but
Jargon personally.
Yeah.
mm,
Like personally, when I look at this team, I think that it covers like its kind of its own weaknesses fairly nice.
yeah,
I think that like you have the big three on top, and it's like, oh well, that's just gonna be either annoying or a situation where you might just end up losing at the end because of it. Um, like you, like I would say that it's like if you have the checks to like those three mons in general, then you don't have to worry about anything else on this team per se. But I mean, I like everything between like the speed tiers. Removal is kind of like not really anything to worry about in my opinion. You only have like two, three. Do you have two or three rockers on here? Does Stack Attack learn rocks?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does.
so 4 rockers. No, three rockers.
three.
Three rockers.
I like the pivoting that this team does have. That if it wants to utilize it, uh, I in general have a good vibe towards this team personally.
My biggest issue with it is that it wants spikes and T spikes quite badly, like
My
really
issue
bad.
is 101 to 130 because like
Mm.
if you
No
bring Star
Gallade as well.
Audios, this team's gonna kind of fuck.
Well, there's yeah. Sally plus Spadef Hippo is plus
Listen,
decent. No, I don't see it. There's
I don't
Finny,
know.
listen,
Sally.
just make every read every time. I don't care. Fuck it.
Okay.
Just play good forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So I like this team a bit.
I'm
I
gonna be honest. I don't like this team, but it's really well rounded.
yeah.
I'm giving it a 7.5.
I am giving it an eight and a half.
8.5. You said I was gonna give it an 8 myself.
So eight,
So
eight.
This is very powerful. We have finally
It's
got
a very
together.
good team. I
we
just do not like it, but I'm
all
not
right.
gonna fault a team because I don't like it.
So
All
I'm
right.
gonna get going, so you guys have fun with the last six teams.
All right.
yay. All right.
Au revoir.
Bye,
See
Autumn.
All right. Now it's only Team NA, and now we're finally getting vital opinions. All right. So,
All
anyways,
right. So next we have the concerned shadies. Lux, Coco Lottie, Mega Lottie, Heatran, Keldeo, Queen, Tyranitar, Dracovish. Why is Tyranitar on here? If like, don't tell me that you're gonna be running like Sandrush, Dracovish, like,
they're gonna do that. That's their dark type. It's
and
a third stealth rocker. I mean, they already had two good really rockers in Nidoqueen, Keytran, but I guess you want a third one. You even have a fourth one in Celebi. Celebi gets them up too.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, it's fucking Greedent. Somebody's getting hit with belly drum fucking body slam. Um,
I don't know why Dracovish is on this team overall, but I mean it's just there to be annoying. I think it's like
just more water pressure, I guess.
yeah, because like Keldeo's fine. Um, like Keldeo's fine as it is. Dracovish, why you just got Fishish Rend everyone, and
Yeah,
that's what's and it's like if people don't have an answer to Fishish Rend, that's just on them. Like
yeah.
like
Yeah. If you didn't
no,
draft the water resist, that's not
yeah,
my issue.
exactly. So I mean, I in terms of like the team, I don't know if Dracovish is needed on this team, but it's probably going to do decent on this team when it comes. I'm not going to doubt that, to be honest. And it might do something of use. It might actually do more than Keldeo some days. I'm not sure. Um, I don't know.
Your removal is so sad. You have Coco
Yeah.
Megalotti. That's. I don't know if I agree with that one.
So the hazards, Heatran, Tyranitar, Draco, no, not Dracovish, Celebi. Okay.
Nah, fuck
Speed
it.
tiers are fine. The speed tiers are fine. I like the speed tiers on this team. I like the,
130, 110, 108, and then 100. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I think it's fine. You have some offensive pressure. You have some setup options. I've never been a big fan of Heatran, but I'm not gonna hold it against a team. So.
Hmm.
Heatran has its roles, and you know what? If you have a team like if you have a core like Coco, Megalotti, and Heatran, I'm gonna say that's probably a W in my mind. Megalodios also cannot use Mystical Fire or Aura Sphere. That has to be noted. But as much as it would make Megalodios like really really good, I think that it is fine without those two moves in general. So.
Hmm. And I
Um,
mean, you have Keytran Keldeo, so you don't care for most steel types, anyways.
yeah. So when it comes to it, hazard removal, sad. But how much is removal going to be needed on this team? Is a thought process that I'm not going to put time in needing on this. I like what this team has built overall. I better not see any goddamn Sandrush Dracovish. I
You
better not fucking see it.
you had some good pivot. You got Coco, Keldeo, Celebi. You got even the Contact Megalodios if you want to be that guy.
Hmm. Does like Keldeo learns flip turn now? Is that
Yeah, that it gets that.
yeah? So that's not bad. Um, Yeah, yeah, I think this team's fine. I'm gonna give like where would you rate this? Yeah,
I'd probably give this an 8. This seems really nice.
I like it too. I'm gonna give it a, but how much do I like it? Truly, I'm gonna give it. I like it a lot. I would use this team to be honest, and that's how I'm gonna rate it. If I'm and with it, I'm gonna give it an 8.3. So
Oh, we're
I'll
really out
oh yeah, so it's gonna be an 8.2 on the records here.
there.
Um, Next, Straw Hat Rayquaza's Luffy. Which one is it?
Luffy, that's my go.
All
Okay,
right,
so
Luffy.
for context, I didn't realize this until I took a look at the draft for Mega Gallade. Me and him were drafting the same shit for a couple rounds. Mega, I mean, he has Mega Latios, I have Mega Latios. Libero Cinderace, we both have. Toxifest, we both have. And then we kind of differed.
Hmm.
I did want Kartana, didn't get Kartana, sadly, but whatever. No. Mega Latios, Cinderace, Toxifex, Kartana, Gallimolchus, Registeel, Mudsdale, Audino, Inteleon, Clefairy, and Lamolga. First off, speed tiers hot 108, 110, 119. And then you kind of, I don't, I mean, you have 120, 121, whatever Inteleon is. I can't remember. I know it's not from Cinderace.
It is 121.
Yeah, okay, it's 102. I guess I'm thinking of Alex Salmon 120. Um, and then you kind of dive off near the 100 base because I don't know what Emolga's is, but I'm pretty sure it's not 100. It might be like 103 though, so it could be.
Hmm.
But like
I don't
you
think
have level
I
for
don't know
speed.
if like the speed tiers like after 100. I don't know if they're like completely necessary and stuff like that. When it comes to it, hazards on this team, we got Toxapex, we have Registeel, Mudsdale, Clefairy, even um, removal. Who do we got? We have. I don't even think Immogul learns it. Is it Latias? Is that Cartana
It's
learns
Meg.
it? Does it?
Uh,
No.
Kartana defog, Mega Latios defog. Cinderace gets court change.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that's yes. All right, so
I,
the options are live it or are live rather. So that very nice.
yeah,
Um,
very
yep.
hot. You
Uh,
got good knock support. Cart and Pex get that shit done. Even on Dino
I
does.
like the defensive cores between Latias and Toxapex. But if anything, it's like where's like the dark resist on here. So
It's Gallimorphos.
is that like I don't know.
That, that hey,
That
that thing's a pretty bulky fucking bird. I can't lie to
all
you.
right.
You got good pivot. You got actually. Oh no, yeah, Cinderace still gets the pivot, even if it can't
Yeah.
use U-turn. You got baton pass. Mega Lottie's got baton pass. Gallimorphos got U-turn, and Natalia got U-turn. Clefairy's got TP. The Holga's got some bullshit under the sun. I know that much.
Yeah, of course, of course. So I like this team. I don't know if I would use it percent. I don't know. So I like the ability to like kind of go here. Uh, I I better not see timid Cartana for that speed boost.
Bro, you know what? Listen, there's some MUs you just do it to them. Can't help.
I know. Um, I like the ability that you have. It's just like, oh, well, you have your defense, and like it's a very balanced team in my opinion when I look at this. Um, maybe if a better fairy type was invested for, um,
Nah,
because
Clefairy's solid. It's fine.
it's a Clefairy.
Yeah,
I've seen a handful of Clefairy sweeps in my days, I'm not. I don't vibe with just a Clefairy. Like, come on, man.
yeah.
Um, was this? I like fire, water, grass isn't too important. I don't think in the
No,
aspect of it.
it
I think if you are going to do a fire, water, grass, like I mean, you have a very good fire type in Cinderace. You have a very good grass type just to clean up things in Kartana. You have Toxapex being a Toxapex. I I like this team. I think it's a very decent team, but I think I would rate it like a 7.5.
I was gonna say 8.2.
7.5, 8.2. Where does that leave us?
7.8.
Plus 8.2 divided by 2. 7.9.
No, I was up.
Oh no! It's gonna match with someone. It's fine.
Okay.
Fuck it.
All right, it's time for Almighty Savage with the Death Valley Chandelures. We got Mega Dance, Rillaboom, Rotom Heat, Corviknight, Slowking, Alola, Como, Osuelo, and Rodriguez.
I like Como
Um,
O this late, to be honest. Uh,
I don't know who let that happen.
yeah, that's a nice pick. And then pairing it with something like Mega Diancie, super awesome. It very nice. Rillaboom kind of patches up some stuff. Uh, Around four Corviknight, has it dropped from Grace that much already, or?
It really depends. Some people sleep on it. Some people think it's hot. I know I've drafted it around 2, but that's also dependent on where you are on a draft board and what you want. But that's really good for him. Like Corviknight, super solid.
Yeah,
That's one of the most annoying things for Mega Nancy is Mirror Armor Corviknight, since you can't just double Mystical Fire that thing to death.
yeah.
Um,
And I really like the I kind of like the synergy that this team has. Like a lot of stuff just goes together really well with each other. It's like, oh, well, yeah, you might have a ground resist for the Mega Dancy. Oh, well, you have Rillaboom and Grassy Terrain, and then you have like Levitating and Flying Mons, and it's like, oh, well, you have like electric weakness. Well, it's like okay, well you still have Rillaboom, you have Rotom Heat, you have Como, you have a little Muck. Like if it's like a AV, just kind of tanks everything. I think Runarigas is kind of slept on overall. I think it's a very nice mon. It's very useful and stuff like that. Though I think Swallow is the only mon that just doesn't. It feels out of place on this team for me, and it's like the only reason is like to set a speed tier, I guess. Like
mhm.
125, I think it would be.
Yeah. I mean, no, yeah, its job here is the speed tier. Like the issue, I don't know. I see a lot of people make the issue where like they don't know where they go off after like Mega Nancy for speed, but I don't get it. There's a lot of things you could just draft. Like sure, you could have taken an Inteleon and said, "Fuck it." Honestly, could have done double water. It wouldn't have pain you. Two different roles for two different waters.
Yep.
Um, you have amazing pivot. You got Rilla, Rotom, Corvi, Slowking, Mega Nancy, Baton. Swallow even does it. So like you can always just keep momentum. Good knock users. You got Rilla. You got a little Mug. Those things are just gonna get that shit done. Rockers, Mega Nancy, Kamo, Runerigus. Kamo and Runerig. I mean, even Mega Nancy can do it if you play aggro enough and just force a switch, which you can do a lot of times. Defoggers. I mean, you have Magic Bounce, Mega Nancy. Defoggers are in Rotom Heat, Corviknight, and Swellow, but Swellow's not gonna want Defog. The other two can do it really well though, so that's fine. Um, Honestly, really nice team. I like that you get T spikes with your Norigas. That's really cool.
I guess for the most part, it's like what Alolan Muck is the only thing that doesn't like a or that does would appreciate taking a knockoff. The rest of the team
No,
is kind
Mega
of
Nancy can do it, depending on what it's
yeah.
clicky, obviously, but like it doesn't mind. I mean, Corviknight Knight could do it too, depending on what your item is.
Hmm.
But yeah.
And,
Oh, I mean, Komodo too. Well, that thing's
yeah.
a demon.
Uh, it depends. Like if you want to have the depending on the item or what you. I like the setup options with this team. I like the cleaning options at the end game towards this team. It could either be just like Rillaboom or just set up Mega Answer or Como. I like the bulkiness, the defensive aspects of this team. I think it kind of just fits really well together. And pivot options are nice. Maybe a little bit like more options with like I don't think you need more options for like hazards or hazard removal because this team is like you have just the mons that do the job.
Uh huh.
All right, so what are you going to give it?
I'm giving it 8.5. Actually, no. Yeah, I take that back. I give it an 8.8.
8.8. I am also going 8.8, so it is getting an 8.8.
All right. Well, I mean, you know what? Good draft. I don't know how you can do with it, but good draft.
Mm-hmm. All right, Atlanta Braviaries, Harris.
DOS, Garchomp, Melmetal, Zarude, Buzzwole, Mega Pidgeot's on Fizz, Blastoise, Aromatisse, Muck.
I have to
Uh,
face Dio Speed once, and I handled it by critting it, so that's about the most extent I have with it.
I think
So,
DO, I think DOS is one of those mons. I mean, I think it's really good, but it's like you're only getting its worth if you know how to play with it and if you're a good player. Harris, obviously, super solid player, even though he loves shit talking me every chance he feels like adding me.
of course, of
Um,
course.
I don't know who let him get round to Garchomp. That's a whole other discussion to be had. Meg Gallade might have had a more juice draft than Gallade did, and that's impressive. Um, Hazards, what do we got? DOS, Garchomp, Stunfisk. You're gonna get him up. If you want
Yeah.
Stuff Rocks, get him up. You want spikes, DOS can get him up. Like you're not stopping DOS from getting at least one spike up most times.
Does Dio Speed gets like teleport or whatever, right? So you can just get out of.
Mm,
No? Yes? No?
no, it does. It does.
Yeah.
It took me a second, but I remember doing it with DOD. So yeah,
So, so I mean, you could just like your pivot options. You have Dio Speed, Zarude, Mega
Mega Pitch,
Pidge.
Stoys.
Yeah, the Blastoise. Offensively, I mean, is Dio Speed known just to like I don't really know it for anything other than like night shading. So like I wouldn't know otherwise. Well, what's going on with it? Like
What's going on? What?
Dio Speed, what's it supposed to even do? Because I see it like just night shade and be bulky or just set up hazards and recover and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, that's part of its thing, but I think a lot of people sleep on offensive. Like, I haven't drafted it yet because usually I end up doing something else, and I don't like it for a round one pick. I think it's better for round two.
Hmm.
I don't know why he did round one, but you know what, Harris, he did what he wanted. He's got round two guard time, so I can't tell him he did. It was a bad idea. Um, but no, offensive DOS, especially if you just throw a life orb on that shit does damage. Like it's got enough coverage on the other side to hit a lot of things, and I don't think a lot of people give it enough credit to actually do damage. I mean, like obviously you have Garchomp, Melm, Zarude, Buzzwole, Mega Pidge, hell even Shell Smash Toys. Like those things are also really concerning if you're prepping. But I don't think people should be sleeping on offensive speed. But I think a lot of players will gravitate towards support or bulk or stall breaker or like one of those or like
Yeah.
hazard setter because like I don't know. I feel like that's what when they pick up DOS, that's what they envision themselves doing with it, and they don't envision all of its possibilities, which is really sad. Um, do you have a knock user on this team? I think Muck, but I don't even know if Muck gets it. I know Little Muck does.
Doesn't Zarude get it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh well.
Yeah, that's the really annoying part about Zero. It doesn't get knock off. Oh no, DOS gets it. That's why. I don't know how often it's gonna want to run it, but it can quick knock off. That's not a doubt. Yeah, no setters, removers. What do we have? I mean, you could taunt with DOS. Nothing's out taunting you. Mega Pidge, Blastoise, those are your removals. I guess your job is just get them up and play HO or
Yeah.
BO. I guess BO's better because you have Buzzwole, Melm, yeah. Blast, yeah, no, BO's better for you. Um, what is your speed tiers? 102 with Garchomp, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Zaru,
102, 105, 121, and then
and
Dio
then
Speed.
150 with DOS. Yeah, is it 150 or is it 180? I never
I thought it was
remember.
180.
Yeah, it's 180. Oh, what am I? Something's 150 that I'm forgetting. That's probably Mega Arrow. That's what I'm thinking of. But yeah, no, I mean, good speed tiers. You got Garchomp can always scale shot. Zero's gonna be scarf some most games. You
Yeah.
also have other scarfers with Buzzwole, so that's fine. Mega Pitch is got a really good speed tier to spam hurricanes and pivot with U-turn. Better turn T, etc., etc. Obviously, only thing that's outspeeding DOS is Regieleki, but I don't think anyone drafted that.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Uh, um, Romatis is a fine fairy, I think. Even Muck's okay for a poison.
Um, I like even the speed tiers like below 100. It's like you have Buzzwole, you got some Melmetal action. Blastoise is at 80, I believe, or something like that. No, 78.
Yeah, it
Uh,
gets a little. Mega Stories is 80. I think Blastoise is 70 somewhere in that tier.
yeah. Um, I think like the lower tier, speed tier mons, I think that they have really good uses for them. So, like, I like the team overall. How come the teams at like the back end of the draft are getting just better? Maybe our tolerance is just getting lower.
No, it's because the first half of the draft they know what they were doing.
Of course, of course. All right, what are we giving this team? I I like this team
See,
not as much as the last team, or uh, I don't think I would be giving it over like an 8. If anything, I think I like this team a little bit more than say Luffy's. So like I'll give it like an 8, maybe a 7.9.
yeah. Um, I'll give it. I'll give it an 8. I think he's gonna do like he's probably gonna be top 3 for this division. I understand why you put Buzzle on this team because you're fighting fucking resisted DOS and Aromates.
Mhm.
So like I get, I mean Muck too, but like Muck's only be like coming on just any moves. But yeah, no, like Buzz being the fighting, like it's a great fighting resist.
All right,
Kind of
Saigai with the Amsterdam Rams. Uh,
Kieran, Lander, Therian, Mega Blastoise, Jirachi, Comfy, Decidueye, Scrafty, Salazzle, Celeborn, Tauros, Golem, Raichu.
all right. Why Kyurem first pick?
Okay, first off, if Sagai ever wants to pick him on, he's gonna pick it. It does not matter if it's round one, he will do it. That is literally his mentality. I have learned this very quickly. And you know what? He makes the best out of it every time. It doesn't matter. He will draft to its capacity and around it. And like he's not a bad player. He just drafts for you. But you know what? If he gets it done, he gets it done. And it's not like he drafted bad afterwards. I don't know if Mega Stories round 3 was exactly how he wanted to do it. Like I think you would finally get it later in the draft. But then again, it's how you value what you want and and obviously what he wanted to use. So I guess he rather wanted to use Mega Stories a lot, or he figured it was irreplaceable for what it offered. Um, speed tiers prior
143 with like a Cellcore or something like that. Then you
to
go
odds
to
119.
119. Then we have some 100s. Raichu's at 110, I believe. Or
Tauros is 105.
yeah.
Yeah, right, was 110. So a
Um,
lot of speed is focused in your low tier.
and then
Uh,
below 100 you have 95, and then you have
92,
91, 92. Okay.
91, 92, 1 and 2. Yeah.
Um,
Well, it might be 91 actually. I don't.
Comfy's at 100 as well. I like a fourth round Jirachi. I feel like I don't see that often. So the fact that fourth round came by and you got a Jirachi, very nice.
Yeah. 15-point Jirachi is actually really nice. Stealth Rockers, Lando T, Jirachi, Celebrate Spikes, Golem is Stealth Rocker 2. Golem gets him up.
Yeah,
It's considering sturdy. Removal, Mega Stoys, Lando, Comfey, Decidueye.
Decidueye.
Yeah,
That
way more reliable removal.
yeah, which I think that's completely fine to have on this team. I mean, to be honest, like Rapid Spin on Mega Blastoise, and then just to like, I think Mega Blastoise is really underrated. So
It's so fun.
it is. It really is fun. Of course, it doesn't have Shell Smash, but it's not needed, I guess. Um, but yeah, so I think it's a perfectly. I like this team. I like it a lot. I don't know how I feel about like say Tauros, Golem, Raichu. I like maybe you could have gone like maybe even like a Lola Raichu could have been like a niche pickup to even use a little bit better um, than just regular Raichu. But I mean, it's fine what it is, where it is. Um, what say you on? So knock off this team. Mega Toys is fine. Comfey, Scrafty. Um, Hazards, you have really nice. Pivoting options, really nice. So what are we gonna give this team?
I'm gonna give him 7.9. I just don't know how much you want to like. It's the speed that really kills me because like you have speed, but it's all low tier. And
Hmm.
like look at your like first 4 Mons, you're usually gonna bring them. So then afterwards, it's like really what can you afford to bring here?
Yeah. So I'm gonna give this a 7.5. That should bring it to 7.7 overall. And then last we have the Far Texas Fan Bees, Diabetic Raichu. All right. I love this team. Go ahead, run it down.
Tornadus, Therian, Zeraor, Infernape, Hydreigon, Florges, Mega Slowbro, Steelix, Miltank, Scolipede, and Quilladin. You can start us off. I'm gonna go grab the food at my door.
All right, sounds good. I love this team. Speed tiers, Zeraora is at the very top. Then you have Tornadus, then you have Infernape, and then you move on to, or no, you have Scolipede even. So you have Scolipede, then you have Infernape, and then Hydreigon. You have the hazard removal within Tornadus and Hydreigon and Florges. You have hazard set up by Steelix, Miltank, Scolipede, Quilladin, Infernape even. Lots of U-turn possibilities between Tornadus and Zeraora. Infernape, Hydreigon, they all U-turn, teleport on Mega Slowbro. Baton Pass, you can no Speed Pass, but you could Baton Pass on with a Scolipede for sure. Um, I love this team. I think it has a lot of dope mons. When it comes to it, you sure like maybe you have to bring four of them each week, but you know what? I think those are four like potentially like the best four that you could possibly bring. For this team, obviously, as like a lot of people are gonna have issues with these teams. Potentially could have used a better steel type overall, but I'm not gonna worry about that too much. You're a wheel pick. You have to kind of scrape from the bottom barrel most of the time, anyways. Um,
All right. So, anyways,
Hi, yeah. I'm talking about how I like this team. I already won those speed tiers, which I think are very, very nice. The U-turn, the pivoting options, the momentum, the hazards are nice. The hazard removal is nice. This team has a lot of what I like. I think one of my bigger gripes is I a better steel type could have made this a little bit better overall.
Felix is fine for so type, I think. Um, what are your rockers? Your rockers are Milk Tanks. You got Spikes and Scully and Quill, and you got Rocks and Steelix.
Okay, no.
Uh,
So you have Infernape, Steelix, Miltank, Scolipede, Quilladin as your hazard setup.
okay, Infernape never wants to click Stealth Rocks unless you're a really weird set. Or this is
Unless
Gen.
unless you're a fucking Chad.
Unless you're a Chad. Okay. Um, knockoff Mons. I know Torn G gets it off the top of the bat, and I think
Zero
that's
Aura
it.
does.
Oh yeah, Zero. Round 4 Hydreigon's really juiced. I can't lie to you. I don't know why he got that for free.
Hmm.
Um, Florges this early. I mean, I guess you were just like I know Riot decently to an extent. Obviously, I'm not like one of his friends on Discord in terms of like I know he hangs out with Ollie and all them, but I do know him for like always drafting Miltank for whatever heaven reason. I guess he's got a heavy addiction to that thing. But I don't know. I feel like Fortress was early. You could have drafted. I mean, I guess maybe you wanted Comfy and then Comfy got taken, so you were just kind of stretched on a fairy type. Pivot's immaculate. This isn't even a discussion to be had. He's like what 5 solid? Yeah, 5 solid pivot months. So
Yeah.
uh,
Wait, is it 5? Does Florgus get anything
no,
in particular?
it's Torn Cheese, Zera, and Fernape, Hydreigon, Mega Slowbro.
Scolipede can bring Poison Point, Baton Pass, right? You have the options. Don't make us think that it's not there. Don't believe it.
Don't believe it. I mean, it's there, I guess, but like I
It
don't know how.
is.
It's like that's always gonna be a good setup sweeper for him, or just throw up spikes and T spikes that too.
Yeah,
Um, no, I think this is a really solid real team.
it is. I believe
Yeah.
so indeed. When it comes to it, I'm giving this like up to a 9, honestly. Uh, or which I'm trying to debate between like Savage's team and this team. What I like a little bit more. Um, I actually think I like the other one better. I'm gonna give this like an 8.7.
Nah, I'm giving it a 9.
All right, yeah, very simple. That's gonna be like an 8.9 average. We'll put it there. Um, and I have to go put all these in order now. But yeah, do you want to talk? Well, what's going? This is your propaganda time to just go out there and say what you want before the election. Try to get people on your side, I guess.
Oh, well, first of all, the election's actually just for the vice minister, so like I'm not getting out of office anytime soon. But I do want to make a quick point about Mega Gallade. If it's still there. There's a Latios. There is, yeah, Latios is on the board. That's a demonic thing. Roy Washington on the board. That's also demonic. Then the Eyes on the board. Um, Drill, Gengar, Terrakion. Like there's some Mega Medi even in Mega Chomp. Like obviously you can't have everything taken, but there's a couple things on the board that I'm surprised it's still there. Like I know transactions were made. Like I know Glopper or Glop originally had Rotomash instead of Prim Gliscor, I think. So there's that. But you know there are a few things that I hope some people get pick up at some point because it's kind of like I'm sitting here like it's a good mon. Like everyone and their mother knows it's a good mon. So why is it still there?
Yeah.
Um, as for what I think happens this season, I think top 3 players that like guarantee make playoffs. In no particular order, I'm going to give it to Harris, Pyro, and I want to say Lux.
So, is that just based off of like you knowing these people and their abilities, or is it just how you think on the teams? Because if we're going off teams and stuff like that, we would have Diabetic Raichu, and we would have like Savage being pretty high up there overall.
It's a mix, but I do gravitate towards more of the reputation of what I've seen them play against and with.
Hmm.
Like I've played Pyro. I've seen, I've played Harris, and I've seen Harris play a lot. And Lux is always solid. I still need to beat him in that best of 39 series. I have to finish that bullshit. For who I think relegates, I wanna. If I was just based off teams, I was gonna say checkmate. Checkmate seems so fucking weird, along with Tenkai's. But spoiler alert. I mean, everyone who's watching this probably seen week one. Tenkai did win his week one. So, I think I can't remember if we do 2 or 3 relegation spots, but I want to say TDNT. I'm gonna assume 3 here. TDNT, checkmate, and I'm gonna give it to Tenkai. I think those 3 relegate.
All right, hold on. How am I fucking this up already? Boom, that's fine. We go over here, and then we just can we do that? Apparently no, we can't do that.
Are you being oppressed by the system?
My editing skills are not that good. Oh no. Um, oh, I fucked that up too. Uh, all right, we do that. We do that. Um, I'm gonna do this, and then I go over here. That's definitely not what I wanted. There we go. It's set up now. We're good. All right, so on the roster as we have it here, um, obviously number one in our hearts, 10 out of 10 team is Slick here, down bad Wigglers. Uh, that good commission boost, right? Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you love a stat boost?
Of course. He did not get paid whatsoever for this, you know.
No bribery was involved.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Uh, for our first team, we have Diabetic Raichu. Then we have Savage. Then who else? Who's next? Concentrate Lux, and then who's the Sizzle or not the Gliscors? We have Shadow, Sceptiles. Who is it? Who's Sceptiles? There's two.
Grandel,
Yeah.
Granville. I don't remember
Fuck,
if B or
fuck
D.
this.
Not
You guys could
Grandel.
see the. If you don't know your own team name, go. I don't know. Go figure it out. Okay, I'm not paid to know everyone in this league. I'm not even their mod or whatever.
You don't even get paid.
Exactly. Um, so yeah, with that being said, you see where this is. Um, this isn't representative of where everyone will end up on the season or where I wish they end up on the season or anything like that. I'm it just ended up being a group of people talking about Pokemon teams. Some may know more than others, but yeah, we're just here doing stuff to try to put content on the channel. Um,
How long has this been going?
133,
Holy fuck.
134. Yeah, so let's end this now uh, before anything else. This
Yeah.
is ah all right. With that, Tails, do you have anything left to say?
Um. You know what? Look out for the low tiers. I'm especially excited for Greedent and Munchlax sweeps.
Good. I like that. Um, I would say anything that Autumn wants to say, but no, Autumn's gone. Autumn got sent to the Death Realm, basically. So the Shadow Realm. Yeah, we'll go with that. With that, good luck, Mega Gallade, in all your teams. Battles. Obviously, only 8 of you could win in 1 week, so let's go for a bunch of 4-4 teams at the end of the season. I like that. Everyone could be equal in my hearts, except for Slick. He's gonna be on top, obviously, but not in our relationship. Wink. Bye, everyone.